Welcome to Walletopia. Thanks for being here. Go to walletopia.info. I say this all the time, but really I want you to look at explore.walletopia.info. We keep enhancing that site, kind of making it better, and boy, do we have plans for the future. It's kind of a fun place to go. Today, we're looking at the Alicia Klein Taxi wallet. It's kind of an interesting little bifold. It is a kind of unique wallet, so let's get into it. It's a metal tin, which can be reused for other things, obviously. And this wallet was created and sold since 1987. So let's see what we've got here in our little bag of goodies. And here we go. This is the Tangelo color. It's a taxi wallet, mainly because it deals with a lot of coins, although we know, I don't know how often you pay for taxi rides with coins these days. Interesting. Oh, got some more. There we go. Some nice descriptions of what features we have here. And, but wait, there's more. Oh, here we go. All right. Sewing is what you would expect. Nothing fantastic. It's obviously mass manufactured, which isn't a bad thing. Snaps. All right. Now to the feature review of the Alicia Klein Taxi wallet. A lot of things going on with this wallet. In the back, there are no particular features here, but in the front, we have this flap. We open this up, and it takes us into our first major area. It is gusseted, and this is where coins go right here. Behind it, we have a card slot, and this will be your primary card slot for this wallet, and we'll explain as we get further into the wallet. And then you have another slot right up here. I'm not finding what use this is, maybe for receipts, but there's a better place for those as well. So we snap that closed, and we look at the top. We have, if you squeeze this, the ability to put cards, probably receipts, tickets, those kinds of things right in here. But I find this also to be a little less functional once we start putting things in the wallet. We open this up, we can see that on the interior, we have a billfold pocket. Not just one, but two. We have one in the front and one in the back. And these will handle all of your cash needs. And of course, you could put additional receipts, additional cards in here as well. There's a lot of opportunity for things to be put into the billfold area. And that is a quick review of the features of the Alicia Klein Taxi wallet. Now into the card and cash insertion test. And so I got 8 cards in there, 6 coins, and about 9-10 notes. All the currencies work. That was really nice to see. And from a minimalist perspective, probably 4 cards is about right. Reasonable carry, probably 6. I put a few in there to demonstrate a point as we get into this a little bit more. The company recommends about 8+ cards, and that would really be at the expense of cash in my mind, because it's just, it can't handle that much. From a quality perspective, it's designed in the USA, it's manufactured in China. This is Italian leather, which doesn't necessarily pass the smell test on this, but it, the inner lining also, well, let's take a look. There's a couple things to look at here I want to point out. One is, of course, when you ever have coins involved, it does create some bulk. You saw that it measured 1 inch, which is quite thick. Granted, we have a lot of cash in here, plus coins, plus cards. Up here, this is what I wanted to point out. You saw me put them in right after I'd put in some cards here, but when I put other cards in, this pinch model becomes really difficult, and you are left to try and dig these out because there's not a lot of flexibility there. So I'm just going to remove these. And if we get into the cards here with the coins, you have to really push these cards down, because if these cards are up even a little bit, you're going to have a hard time closing this. And so you have to make sure they're down, and then you can close it. We get into the cash. The cache is interesting in how it works, and this is really a functional area here in my mind. but it is one that you need to be aware of. Cards can also go in here, receipts can go in here, but if we look at how the lining is put in, it's quite thin. And when I say that, meaning all you have between the second and the first billfold pocket here is just this liner. There's nothing else there, and so over time, great possibility this could wear out, especially if you put cards or anything else with pointy bits, corners and whatnot. That could cause that to be a problem. And so that liner does kind of take away from the leather, makes it feel a little cheap. I would really like to see something like this in full leather, a little more simplified. I think it'd be really good. Now, from a pricing perspective, it's really attractive. It's $49, and the gusseted space for coins as the back of the snap is kind of a bit rough. We see here, we have a snap in here, and let me grab the coins and get them out. And you know what? Because we have coins in here, it's not that big of a deal, but you can see that you've got the raw back of that snap. A lot of manufacturers will actually put some fabric over that to protect it. My point being is that this is for coins. If you try and put cards in here, the back of the snap will rub and damage cards, and so it's really good that you don't put cards here. Now, when you have cards and cash in the main compartment area, the exterior slot becomes, like I said, almost useless. It's very hard to get anything out of it. And with a wallet so large, I would expect it to accommodate more cards overall, because you saw that I put a card in the billfold area, which I think is good, but you saw this got up to 1 inch in thickness. That's really quite bulky. So you'll need to manage and balance how much cash versus cards you put in here. The rounded edge at the bottom here makes inserting this into your pocket very easy to do. However, you have the opportunity where the flap could get caught on the pocket and just pop open like that. That's something we see with wallets that have flaps that aren't secured somehow with either a strap or some other means. It measures 3.9 by 3.5 by 0.7. That's right, that's 0.7 before it's actually filled. And it weighs 57 grams. Now, I really like the idea of the multifunctionality of this wallet, and it gives the impression it can hold a lot. But the reality is that some of the most functional features, like the slot at the top right here, become unusable in practice once the wallet has cash and other cards in it. And there's that little top pocket right here above the coin area. This also is really unfunctional and don't think it was planned very well. With that all said, let's now get into the final score. For quality, a 3, price a 3, features a 4, usability a 3, and perception a 3. That gives us a final score of 31 out of 50. Nice try to wallet. It is unique in how it works, and a lot of people like this kind of functionality. So if that's you, then really something to look at, and then maybe getting something made out of full grain leather later. We'll see you in the next review.